Hey, good morning, friends. Mark Holmes here with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo, and as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, this literally does not work. Let's get open for business here, and let's wake up the football guys here. Wake up, guys. Wake up, guys. Wake up. There you go. Wake up. Um, it is hump day. It is Wednesday. And we're doing a whole lot of stuff. It is a new decade, and we're going to make some major changes. And it looks like the Dallas Cowboys are as well. On this channel, you get a lot of everything. I mean, there's a lot. You know, somebody out there said you come in hungry, but you go home fed. And literally, because I'm doing my keto diet, so I got my keto coffee. Um, this is not for everybody, keto and all that, but I'm doing daily videos about what I'm doing and following along as I get back onto keto, giving you recipes, giving you ideas and things like that. So, check those out. I'm doing them in a playlist, so if you watch one, you can get all of those and things like that. So understand, it's about keto. It's about eating healthier, and it's about, trying to live a little longer. So deal with that. And also too, I do some live streams while I'm working in the shop or working on the job and things. I still got to get that actually more over onto my other channel, Joe Boo's Day Job, and I'll work on getting to there. But it's just so easy just to pop it on here. So we're growing and we're changing, we're evolving, much like the Dallas Cowboys. So we get some more of those stats this morning. Mike McCarthy. I got to tell you, this whole thing is just amazing that it hasn't even been a week. It has not even been a week that Mike McCarthy and the staff started getting put together. This time last week, we still had Jason Garrett showing up for work, doing exit interviews with players, and getting ready to meet with Jerry Jones a second time. We heard, of course, the Redskins had hired Ron Rivera, had got Jack Del Rio for a defensive coordinator. It seemed like they were making moves and getting ahead of the game. You heard about Josh McDaniels, who's going to be interviewed by the Browns and the Giants and the Panthers and things. That Mike McCarthy was going to be interviewed by the Giants and I believe the Browns as well. And you just kind of kept saying, well, here we are. We haven't even made a decision yet on whether or not we're going to keep Jason Garrett. And you started thinking, at least I started to, kind of hit that panic button because I'm sitting here like, okay, I hope you have somebody in mind and that we're not going to wait till the 14th to let go of Jason Garrett and then start looking when not only the head coaching candidates are gone, but the good defensive coordinators or position coaches, that those guys are already in new positions. And even as Friday came around, we heard that Jason Garrett might be staying. We heard rumors that the Cowboys are going to start interviewing people, and if they didn't interview anybody that wowed them, they'd keep Jason Garrett for another year. And it was just like, oh my God. I don't know if this is all a setup by the Joneses to just keep us on this emotional roller coaster that is being a Dallas Cowboy fan, because we go through holy hell and it's like, what are we doing? We're done with this team and everything. And then lo and behold, you hear Friday, Marvin Lewis was here for 2 days. And then all of a sudden you had Mike McCarthy here on Saturday and Sunday and spent the night at Jerry Jones's house. It's been kicked in overdrive. And I know a lot of people are like, well, this guy, really? He only won one Super Bowl with Aaron Rodgers. I'm sorry, how many Super Bowls did we win with Jason Garrett for 10 years? How many Super Bowls did Sean Payton win with Drew Brees? And if you start looking at the numbers, you have to say, well, he's got the second best playoff record currently in the NFL behind Bill Belichick. Okay, that sounds a little bit better. And then you hear, well, he threw the ball 80% of the time. Well, he had Aaron Rodgers and didn't have a bellwether back in a Zeke Elliott. And you couldn't complain about what his offense did. I don't care how you score. I don't care if it's hook by crook. I don't care if it's Dak Prescott running in. I don't care if it's Zeke Elliott running in. I don't care if it's Randall Cobb catching a touchdown pass. I don't care if it's Amari Cooper. As long as you score, who gives a rat's ass how you score? If it ends up being that we have the best offense in football and we throw the ball 70% of the time, are you going to complain? Are you going to be mad that you're blowing people away and you're winning? Is that the take? Because they keep putting out there, well, they threw 80%. It wasn't like they threw 80% of the time. And part of that was because towards the end of the tenure there, the team was behind a lot too. And so if you're behind a lot because the team isn't as good, if you're behind a lot, generally speaking, you pass the ball more. Unless you're the Dallas Cowboys under Jason Garrett, in which case you're head big and you continue to pass more. But be that as it may, we're done with Jason Garrett. As long as what they're doing is working and you're winning, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. If you're telling me that you're going to be more effective in the passing game and have a Zeke Elliott back there, you mean that the defensive backs are going to have to worry about covering receivers? So when Zeke Elliott gets his opportunities, there's not 8 men in the box? I'm good. I'm real good. So everything they've gone through, because no matter what happens with the Cowboys, it's always doom and gloom. It's the worst decision in the world. You know, some people out there say it would have been better to get Josh McDaniels. Josh McDaniels, does not have exactly a great record and got fired in Denver. In fact, you can look at almost all of the coaches that have come out of New England. Very few have had actually success as head coaches. Just saying. The last two, O'Brien and but Tennessee, they finally got the first playoff wins of Bill Belichick disciples. That's it. And there's been a lot of coaches that have been head coaches from there. But you start looking around because all of a sudden you got Mike McCarthy, and all of a sudden we heard, boom, Mike Nolan, just like that. And I was like, whoa. You heard Chris Richard was going to New York for an interview for the head coaching position, but it sounds like they're interested in bringing him back. Okay. Then you hear about John Fossil, who was special teams coach for the Rams. All right. He's got experience. So you're bringing him here on the defensive line. Okay. And you got Mike Nolan. Okay, by the way, Fossil was an interim head coach. Mike Nolan was a head coach of the 49ers. Not successful, but has been a winner everywhere he goes with defense. If you looked at how the defense played, on the linebackers specifically, and my boy Demario Davis kicked it up a whole nother level where he was already great underneath Mike Nolan. And this bodes well for guys like Van Der Esch. Hopefully the neck is okay. And Jalen Smith. But also, too, what you're seeing is this defense, if they keep Chris Richard and he gets the kind of players that he likes, the taller, leaner, aggressive, in-your-face type D-backs, you get Mike Nolan with his mentality with that Baltimore Ravens type aggressive defense, who also loves the dumpster full of gravel in the middle. What this spells for this defense is going to be a much more aggressive, in-your-face defense. Rod Marnelli, I love him. Rod Marnelli has taken guys who were nobodies, has-beens, passed overs, forgottens, nobodies, and made them into really good, productive players. David Irving was a practice squad guy. If he had it in the head, he could be an all-pro. But took that guy, and he did wonders with him. Took a George Selvey, who had been a journeyman with 4 teams and 3 sacks in his career, turned him into a guy that got 7 sacks in a season. But the philosophy just got old. It was more of a bend, don't break. Fast guys on the line. Unfortunately, when you get into these close games, teams after the Rams learn Cowboys are soft up the middle. Screen passes kill them. And I think you're going to see a sea change on this defense. Like I said, the linebackers I think are going to benefit the most because as Mike Nolan possibly changes the defense, possibly. Maybe not at first, maybe not the first year because you got to go with the personnel you have. But you're going to see big guys in the middle, and maybe this bodes well for the draft where we take that 17th pick and we get the best defensive lineman out there. Everybody's mad about Tristan Hill. Tristan Hill was a second-round pick who had issues in college. Generally speaking, defensive linemen, much like receivers, take a year or two to develop. Now, with this new regime here, this isn't going to be, don't worry about it, Johnny. We'll get them next time. You be here, on time, ready to practice, ready to have your shit together. This isn't just walking through life anymore. This is going to be foot in ass and expecting players to do what they're paid to do, and that is perform or you're getting out. Bottom line, they're getting together a staff that's going to be no nonsense, no bullshit, that's going to be aggressive, and hopefully will be able to take the ball away. Because that, my friends, is the difference of living and dying in football. Being able to take the ball away. I don't know about you, but I'm happy as can be by all of the things that we have done thus far. And now, get these minds together. There's no off season for them. They're going to work right now. We got 26 guys that contracts are up. We have until March 18th to figure out which ones we want to be here and which ones we want to go bye-bye and which ones out there that we may want to bring in. Make no mistake, there's going to be some major changes on this team, and it's about time. All right, guys, I got lots of work to do. I got the shelves, the lace shelves that we're building in the workshop and stuff. I got about 40 of those that we're putting together. I've got to go pick up these attachments, which make it easy to hang them on the wall and stuff this morning and things. And if you are interested, okay, like I said, we are busting ass. I mean, I went to bed, I was talking to Jet D last night, exhausted, but full in my heart and scared to death, of course, about the bombing, the missile strikes in Iraq. But what you need to do every day is go out there, do all that you can to make sure that everybody knows that you love them, and all that you can to better yourself in your situation. Anything that you do today is one thing you don't have to do tomorrow. So I push the envelope every day. I go till I literally fall the F out. And at the end of the day, I reflect, did I do something to make myself a better person and to put me in a better position tomorrow? And did I make sure that everybody knows around them how I feel about them? And Eagle fans who no longer show up here, you freaking cockroaches, I hate you. The ones that are man enough to be here after they lose, you got my respect. I'm Mark Holmes, and I hope you have a great hump day. And hey, at least we may not be in the playoffs, but we got a lot to talk about. I'll see you soon.